Well, for the final time for the 2022 baseball season, we are going in the dugout. Our season-long conversations with Michigan high school baseball coaches from all over the state of Michigan, presented by the Michigan Baseball Coaches Association. And we are joined by a coach whose team has advanced into the Division III Final Four for the first time in school history. From Detroit Edison Public School Academy, Mark Brown, thank you for taking some time with us today.
Thanks for having me, Lauren. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, and we appreciate you. So I know we had a chance, we did a segment a year ago and got to know you a little bit. This is kind of a little more informal conversation, and we've had a lot of fun this season, just kind of talking about the roots of your beginning. When did your love of baseball begin? Where did you grow up, and where did you play?
Yep. Grew up in Detroit. Started playing organized baseball when I was 8 years old for a guy named Mr. Wilson, Albert Wilson. Great guy. He's not with us now. But my first organized team was played for Mr. Wilson, Coronary Giants. And Mr. Wilson, like I say, great guy. Did a lot for me and a lot for the kids that played with us, growing up.
And would you say growing up, baseball was at such kind of a peak back then where we had so much more involvement from people, from the inner cities to the rural areas. You name it, everybody was playing baseball, and we kind of had a dip in that over the years. I guess, why would you think that the engagement in baseball has waned as much as it has?
Well, you know what? I think it started back with basketball, with Magic Larry Bird. A lot of our kids started going towards basketball, and it goes to baseball is an expensive sport to play. Number one, and for basketball, you can just go find a court and shoot and play by yourself. With baseball, you need other kids to play with you. But with that being said, Lauren, I think baseball is being revitalized in Detroit, in inner cities all over the country, and we're a testament to that here at Detroit Edison.
Yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly. How did you get into coaching?
I always had a love for coaching. Back when I was younger, like I say, in my youth, playing on baseball teams, basketball teams, I ain't gonna say always, but most of the times I was the captain, being a leader. It was something that it was instilled at a young age. And, graduating from college, I started working at DPS over at Detroit Cody, assistant coach for Vernon Brown in baseball, Rob Menifee in basketball. And at the time, my brother was the athletic director at St. Martin de Ports, and Ron Thompson was the coach there. And, another big influence for me, Mr. Ron Thompson. I don't want to leave him out. Ron Thompson is a legend. Everybody thinks of Ron Thompson as a football coach.
Right.
But he was a tremendous baseball coach. He's coached some of the greatest players to come through Detroit. Willie Horton, Bill Freehands, Bob Welches. Just tremendous coach, baseball coach. And when Mr. Thompson got sick, went over to the Porch to help out and wind up being the head coach over there. But, that's where it started. At a young age, just being around it, just loving the game, and now, being able to coach, just a blessing.
Well, I've had the opportunity to do several stories on DePores and have gone out to the Belle Isle reunion barbecues, and have talked to lots of people. And one of the things I think that gets lost a little bit in their history, and maybe you can tell me, what the baseball program was like there, because of course we hear about football, basketball, track and field. That's during the same season, and DePores was legendary on the track. What was baseball like when it was going there?
Yeah, baseball. Baseball program was always strong at St. Martin de Ports. Mr. Thompson back then, when de Ports was in the I would say the AB League. in the
Right.
beginning with with Brother Rice, Catholic Central, the so-called big boys, and competed well. We had a lot of great players come through there at St. Martin de Port. It's always been competitive. Um, and then I went over there as head coach. I want to say in 1994, in 95 and 96, we actually won the Catholic League championship.
Nice.
Um, and the year before, we won 2 years in a row. And the year before that, we could have actually won that title then, but we had a mishap against St. Mary's down in Tiger Stadium. But the
Okay.
baseball program's always been strong. A lot of we've had draft picks, a lot of D1 players, so always been competitive.
Yeah, I mean, in anything at St. Martin de Porres, it was one of the most legendary athletic institutions that we've ever seen. It was sad to see it go. And state champs have been around for 20 years, so we did have an opportunity to cover the last couple of years at de Porres and Greg Carter and everyone over there,
Yes.
and
Mm-hmm.
it was fantastic. So. Flash forward, to about 6 years ago now, you get an opportunity to start a baseball program from
Mm-hmm.
scratch. It's made
Yep.
such tremendous strides. I mean, obviously now here in the Final Four, I mean, I remember last year we talked to you, had to fill the roster with whomever you could. You had to get band members or whatever just to
Yes.
get them to come out and participate in the program. Reflecting back, why were you able now to be able to build such a competitive program to get so much buy-in in just a short period of time?
Yeah, well, you know what? Well, I think it all starts with the administration, their commitment. Our superintendent has shown and continues to support to this day. Ralph Bland, Ralph's the poorest guy. Also, he played there during high school, coached there once he graduated from college. But it all started at the top, where they're making it possible for us to um, not have everything that we want, but we have everything that we need. So that's where it starts at. And once you get that support, sort of trickles down to the athletic director, Monique Brown. She's been so supportive of what we've done, and the Pell program. I've always coached in Pell for a long time, and being able to see some of those kids, and come to find out those same kids down playing in Pell in the 12 and under division, the 10 and under. We had a lot of those kids that were going to our middle schools. So being able to keep those kids in our um, in our school district has been probably the biggest thing that helped get the program turned around to where we are today.
Yeah. And as a charter school, you go ahead and schedule a very tough and competitive schedule every year. And you have to, because as soon as you get in the playoffs, you have Grosse Pointe Woods University Liggett in your district.
Yes.
So
Yes.
you pull off the upset of the tournament. These are my words, knocking off the defending champs and number one Knights in the district semifinals. You've rolled since then, shutting out even great programs like Madison Heights, Bishop Foley. Talk about this playoff run. It's got to be so exciting for the school and obviously for the team.
Yes, very exciting, very exciting. Coming into the season, I knew we had a chance to be a pretty good team, and I knew that Liga was waiting for us in the district. So setting up the schedule, I wanted to prepare my guys for that game in the district. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. The schedule was prepared to get ready to play those guys, and if you name a big time program in the state, Michigan, we played them from Orchard Lake St. Mary's to Brother Rice to to Woodhaven to Saline, Grosse Pointe South, Grosse Pointe North. I can go on and on and on. We had games scheduled with Grand Blanc. We played Lakeland, and I felt playing a schedule like that would get us ready to play a team as talented as Liggett. Just to be able to see some things that when we get over to Liggett that we wouldn't be surprised by it, because we would be battle tough or battle tested tough.
Right.
And just so happened that day we're able to get it done. But I think the schedule definitely prepared us for this run.
Yeah, yeah, and talk about a momentum swing. Once you clear that hurdle, here you go. District championship, regional championship, super exciting. I want you to take an opportunity to talk about the guys that have been leading the way for you all season long, and obviously through this playoff run. You've got some real talent on that team.
Yeah, yeah, I've been blessed here at Edison the last I'll say 4 to 5 years.
Yeah.
Blessed with a lot of talented players. I just want to mention Warner Blakely because he was a kid who
Yes.
came over here and really let um, kids know and parents know that Edison is a place where we could have some success through baseball. Warner was a fourth round draft choice of the Anaheim Angels in 2020. We did not have a season that year, that the
Yeah.
COVID year.
Yeah.
But just leading up, he came in and just showed these guys that's playing now, how the way to go about their business, how to
Hmm.
work, have a work ethic to get better, to be tough and just, fight, through anything, adversity or anything. Just talking about these guys this year, start with Greg Pace.
Yeah.
Um, Senior Greg Pace. I really think, not one of the best baseball players in the state, but one of the best high school players in the country. He's committed to the University of Michigan.
Yes.
He's led us offensively all season long. And when I needed him on the mound, he's came and closed a few games for us. He started a few games for us, but he's had a tremendous senior year. And I don't know what's going to happen in the June draft, but I'm hearing rumblings that there's a chance he could be drafted. Um, Another kid who's had a great season is Keith Smith Jr. Um, Keith hit the grand slam
Yeah.
against Liggett, top of the
Yeah.
seventh. Talk about clutch.
Yeah.
But he's a kid who came in as a freshman, just worked real hard. It was some kids, talented kids that were here in front of him, but that never deterred Keith. And he worked hard. He worked hard, continued to work hard, and now he's been blessed and having a tremendous season and a great postseason. Really played well last week in the regionals and the quarterfinal game. Um, Other kid who's had a great year for us is a sophomore, Marwin Matthews. Marwin, he started the league game on the mound. He's been our best. He's been our number one guy on the mound. He'll start Friday up in Lansing. Marwin's had a tremendous year on the mound. Um, he's our second leading hitter in terms of batting average. He has the most RBIs. Having a tremendous year. Also, our leadoff hitter, Edward Gregory Jr., our shortstop, he's having a great year. Also, he's a catalyst at the top of the order. I think EJ, he's like 48 out of 50 in stolen bases. So the way I see it, if he's getting on during the game, we have a really good chance of winning because he makes things happen for us. And our last guy, senior Caleb Saunders. Caleb's the University of Dayton commit,
Mm.
3 year starter. It would be a 4 year starter, but he started as a freshman,
Right.
and he's tremendous for us in the outfield, offensively, and he's one of our pitchers. Um, he'll probably get a chance to throw up in Lansing this weekend too. But
Okay.
those five guys have really been the catalyst and the leaders of the team this year, Lauren.
Yeah, absolutely. The last team from the city of Detroit proper to play in a championship game was U of D Jesuit. They lost to Grosse Pointe North in the Division One final. That was back in '06. The last PSL school to play for a title game was Detroit Western. They lost to Royal Oak Kimball in the Class A final in 1972. But in order for you to play for a title, you've got to get by Pewamo, Westphalia. And after its third straight regional title, they're actually going after their first crown as well. They're another celebrated school that seems to be great in
Yes.
every sport. They had a win over number 3 Hemlock in the regional semifinal. And who knows? This is a team that believes they have what it takes. What do you think about that matchup?
Yeah, definitely tradition at Palermo. in terms we played them in other sports. I know our girls played them a couple years in
Yeah.
basketball.
Yeah.
Our boys played them up in Lansing in basketball. So we're familiar with the program. And I know a little about the team, but all I know is this, Lauren. If they're up at Michigan State in the semifinals, they're a really, really good team.
Yeah.
And when you play schools such as Puermo, those kids have been playing together since they've been in kindergarten, grade school, all the way up, and it is tough to beat those kind of programs because those kids, they play together for so long, they believe in each other. Like I said, they've been some great teams along the way, so we're definitely not looking past them. And I know, they've been talking about where, they've been underdogs all year, and we have too. So I'm just excited for the opportunity to play up at East Lansing on Friday.
Yeah, absolutely. Coach Mark Brown, thank you so much for joining us in the dugout. Good luck in the semifinals. Gregory Pace and Caleb Sanders are going to be representing Edison in the 7 p.m. All-Star game on Monday night, June 20th. There will be 2 games this season, so there'll be a 4 o'clock All-Star game and then the 7 o'clock. Tickets at the Comerica Park gate for both state champs is going to be live streaming the game, so we're excited about that. So before I let you go, just your thoughts on the fact that we're getting more opportunities for kids to play on a big stage, such as the All-Star game, having 2 games, and also just the Coaches Association. It seems, again, getting a chance to talk with so many this season and last season and really for the last 20 years, it just really seems like just a great group, a great association that believes nothing outside of growing the game of baseball here in the state.
Yeah, definitely. I want to take my hat off to Dan Griesbaum, Dan Semeni, Todd Saka down at Trent. Those guys are doing a tremendous job, and I don't want to leave nobody out, but those
Yeah.
guys that come to mind, the whole coach association, just real proud to be a part of this association. And what they're doing in terms of having another game is tremendous. That will give more kids opportunity to play in such a fantastic game. I think last year when we have just the one game, there are a lot of deserving players who were left off the team. So this year, giving more kids opportunity to play in that game down in Comerica is tremendous. And again, I take my hat off to the Coach Association for the job that them guys do year in and year out.
Well, it's going to be a fascinating weekend for you guys. Good luck, as you continue to build this thing. And who knows, we may see you the last team standing on Saturday. That's why they play the game. So good luck, sir, and thanks for joining us.
All right. Thank you too, Lauren. Have a good one.